Hello guys, and welcome to another MK Mobile character review, today featuring the one and only Dark Lord Kotal Kahn. As usual guys, please mind the date when this video has been recorded, because a lot of things may have changed since then, and if you're not familiar with the matrix I am using in order to evaluate characters, you can find it on the top right corner of the screen. So without any further ado, let's put Dark Lord Kotal Kahn to the test. Dark Lord Kotal Kahn, guys, was released on the 2nd of June 2016, so we might expect some outdated stats here. So let us begin with his attack. It is 42,601, the 32nd highest in the game and the 15th highest in the Gold League. The hit points, they are 86,554, the 35th highest in MK Mobile and the 17th among the gold characters. The toughness is 39,690, the 25th highest in the game and the 7th in the Gold League, and the recovery is 41,580, the 20th highest in the game and the 5th in the Gold League. As you can see, his toughness and recovery are pretty impressive considering the date when he was released. And of course the power generation is just 100%, nothing special there. So for his stats, Dark Lord Kotal Kahn gets 16.3 out of 28 points. Special one of Kotal Kahn, guys, is called Buzz Saw. Good news about it is that it is completely unblockable and it has bleed as main debuff. However, you have to be very careful when using it, because if you are away from the enemy, a special attack will completely miss, which is unfortunate. However, the ability is lethal and it consists of just 3 mini hits. When it comes to damage, the minimum damage of Special 1 of Kotal Kahn is 12,652, the 55th highest in the game and 36th in the Gold League. The maximum damage is 21,087, which is the 69th highest in MK Mobile and the 29th among the gold characters, so definitely Dark Lord Kotal Kahn doesn't have the greatest damage in the world when it comes to his Special 1. So let's repeat again the properties of his special attack. It is completely unblockable, it has bleed main debuff, it cannot be cast from anywhere, be very careful there, it is lethal and it consists of 3 mini attacks. So for his Special 1, Kotal Kahn gets 7.5 out of 12 points. Special 2 of Kotal Kahn is called Sword Quake, and actually it looks awesome and it can be very useful in certain situations. What you need to know about it is that first, the opponent can completely block the damage, also it has weakened as main debuff, it can be cast from distance, even if you cast it at long range it will be still good, however you have to keep in mind that the first mini attack will miss, which deals approximately 20% of the damage, so I'll be deducting some points there. Moreover, the ability is lethal and it consists of 4 mini attacks. Also, another thing worth mentioning here is that actually the first 2 times when he performs his Special 2 and when he actually can summon the Ashtec, Special 2 of Kotal Kahn doesn't have any mini gains, which is kind of interesting. When it comes to damage, the minimum damage of Special 2 of Dark Lord Kotal Kahn is 25,145, the 67th highest in the game, and the 43rd in the Gold League. The maximum damage is 63,262, the 60th highest in the game and the 35th in the Gold League. Once again, let's repeat the properties of the ability. It can be completely blocked by the opponent, it has weaken as main debuff, it can be cast from distance but the first mini attack will miss, it is lethal and it consists of 4 mini attacks. So for his Special 2, Dark Lord Kotal Kahn gets only 9 points out of 18. Sunburn, this is the name of the X-ray of Dark Lord Kotal Kahn. This is one of those X-rays that actually look quite awesome. Unfortunately, it has just weaken as main debuff, which is not a big deal. And the good news here is that the ability can be cast from distance. Okay, so let's explore the damage of the ability, which happens to be 84,349, the 52nd highest in the game and the 27th among the gold characters. Once again, Dark Lord Kotal Kahn has weakened on his X-ray, and he can cast the X-ray from distance, so don't need to be afraid if you are away from the opponent. In total he gets 3.2 for his X-ray, and the total amount of points he gets for his special attacks is 19.7 out of 34. Okay, we go to the basic attacks. Quite honestly, when it comes to pure speed of his basic attacks, he is okay. He is not the fastest, but he is not the slowest character, so I can definitely say that the speed of his basic attacks is average. However, when it comes to chaining, I think that he's slightly above average, for the sole reason that at some points he will push back the opponent even if the opponent is blocking, which is always very useful when it comes to chaining your basic attack combinations. So in a nutshell, I'll be giving 3 points for his basic attack speed and 3.5 points for his basic attack chaining, for the total of 6.5 out of 10 points for his basic attacks. The passive of Dark Lord Kotal Kahn, guys, is called Ashtec Bodyguard. Basically what it does is that twice in the game you can summon an Ashtec to fight for you after you perform special attack 2. It doesn't matter if the opponent is blocking, the Ashtec will appear and fight for you, which is very useful, by the way, especially considering the fact that Combat Club Sonya can give a red card to the Ashtec. Incredibly good. So in a nutshell, this passive has two main weaknesses. Even though you can use your Ashtec to eat X-rays, eat special 2s, and on top of that the Ashtec has power drain on his special 1, the drawbacks of this passive are: first, all games involving Dark Lord Kotal Kahn are extremely slow, very slow, so if you don't like having hard battle that lasts for, let's say, 20 minutes, don't use that character. I mean, Kotal Kahn is designed like this. He has weaken on his special 2 because after he uses it and the Ashtec is summoned, the enemy character will be already weakened, so he will be dealing less damage to the Ashtec. So in a nutshell, even if you want the Ashtec to die, sometimes it will happen very slowly because the enemy is already weakened. And the second drawback is that at this point of the game, I can think of only two characters who greatly benefit of Dark Lord Kotal Kahn's passive. And this is Bone Shaper Shinnok and Dead Kitana. Nobody else, unfortunately. So I'll be giving 13 points out of 20 for Dark Lord Kotal Kahn's passive. This character is just an outworld, so he gets 1 point for classes and 0 points for target attack. Okay guys, now is the time to answer the question, is Dark Lord Kotal Kahn a good character? And the answer probably is going to be kind of. Now granted, his stats are not perfect, his special attack damage is not great, his basic attack speed and chaining is okay but still far from perfect, and his passive could use some buffs. For example, they can increase the number of Ashtecs that can be summoned to, let's say, 3 or even 4, why not? Even though by doing this they will further increase the length of the games involving Dark Lord Kotal Kahn, but I do believe that should be okay. After all, if you play this character, that means that you don't really mind that the game lasts longer than usual. So I'll be giving Dark Lord Kotal Kahn 1 point out of my 3 entirely subjective points, reason being, I really like the fact that he can make other characters shine, and in some teams he can make the entire team feel almost invincible. For example, if you have Dead Kitana in the team, every time when one of the Ashtec dies, the entire team regenerates, so that's amazing. And last but not least, sometimes playing this character can be extremely funny. For example, in a situation where Combat Club Sonya gives a red card to the Ashtec, or any other character in the game wastes his X-ray or even special 2 on the Ashtec, that's even better. Or if the Ashtec power drains the enemy character, that's again very nice, and so on and so on. However, he's still very situational, and the fact that he doesn't deal a lot of damage and he's kind of squishy, not very squishy, but kind of squishy, still doesn't make him a great character. So, Dark Lord Kotal Kahn scored 57.5 out of 100 points, so we can definitely label him as a kind of good character. Final verdict, kind of good. Okay guys, we got to the gameplay. There isn't a lot I can say in this section. So let us start with the characters that Kotal Kahn counters and the character that actually counter Kotal Kahn. So let's start with the character that he's good against. I couldn't think of a lot of character guys, to be honest. The only character which actually is countered by Kotal Kahn is Combat Cap Sonya, because as I already mentioned, if you use a special 2 and then she tags in for first time, she's going to waste her passive on the Ashtec and give him a red card. By the way, I never had the opportunity to test it, so if you have tested it guys, please let me know whether the Reg Devourer can get her passive triggered by killing an Ashtec and whether classic Melina can heal the entire team by killing an Ashtec. That's something important. Unfortunately, I never had the opportunity to test it because I never faced those two. When it comes to characters that are tough matchups for Dark Lord Kotal Kahn, first I have to mention Bone Shaper Shinnok, because every time an Ashtec dies, it increases his attack by 25%. The Red Kitana also a very tough matchup, because if an Ashtec dies, the entire enemy team would regenerate. And of course Pharaon Ermac, again, every time when an Ashtec dies, Pharaon Ermac passive is triggered. When it comes to items, I can think of only one good item set for Dark Lord Kotal Kahn, and it consists of Bloody Tomahawk, Shao Kahn Helmet and Soul Medallion, so that you can spam your special 2 as much as possible. So we got to the best teams. Again, I played a lot of Faction Wars hard battles with Dark Lord Kotal Kahn, and I believe that there are only two very good teams with him. The first team is Bone Shaper Shinnok, Pharaon Ermac and Dark Lord Kotal Kahn. Basically what you need to do in this team is tag in your Kotal Kahn and do two very fast special 2s, and you have to let the Ashtecs die. Reason being, you need to trigger Pharaon Ermac and Bone Shaper Shinnok passes twice. After you do that, you have to tag in Shinnok and he will be pretty strong. Same variation, however a little bit safer. However, instead of Bone Shaper Shinnok, you can use the Red Kitana, because every time when an Ashtec dies, the entire team will regenerate. However, in this situation you have to use special 2 of Dark Lord Kotal Kahn only if one of your characters is low and you need to gain back some health. Okay guys, Dark Lord Kotal Kahn, what do you think of him? Do you like him? Do you dislike him? Please let me know in the comments. And if you like what I'm doing, you can consider subscribing to the channel with the bell notification so that you don't miss any video. Once again, Dark Lord Kotal Kahn scored 57.5 points, and we definitely labeled him as a kind of good character. Because of his average stats, not quite impressive damage on special abilities, and a passive which is situationally useful. And as usual guys, if you want to see more reviews, you can find them on the top right corner of the screen. Thank you very much for watching and have a wonderful day. Take care.
Perfect.